Hello and welcome to our webinar on saving carbon emissions and increasing circularity with our sustainability toolbox. First of all, let's meet your hosts today. My name is Sebastian Wagner. I'm working in marketing in our Performance Materials division.
My name is Maximilian Lienmeier. I'm working in the same division in product management.
Some housekeeping rules in the beginning. As you've maybe noticed already, your microphones and videos are turned off. This is to ensure a smooth connection. But of course, we still want to engage with you. Please feel free to post your questions in the chat. They will be anonymous and we will pick them up in the end in the Q&A session. We roughly have 20 minutes of presentation and the rest of time is reserved to engage with you. So let's get started with today's agenda. I brought a quote from our CEO, Markus Kamieth, which is very fitting for today's webinar. Our ambition is to be the preferred chemical company to enable our customers' green transformation. I will show you that the chemical industry is a key player in this green transformation and that we have ways to reduce your emissions and fossil dependency with our sustainability toolbox. Specifically today, mechanical recycling, green energy manufacturing and mass balance. Most likely you have heard the first and the third tool. The second one most likely is new, and we also brought a small video to explain it a little bit more in detail. And last but not least, as I said in the beginning, there will be a Q&A session. The green transformation is a global driver. So we as a society really face huge challenges ahead of us. The three planetary crises like pollution, climate change and biodiversity loss are big challenges ahead of us and also very complex challenges. And to make it easier to structure those challenges, organizations started initiatives like the Green Deal or the Circular Economy Action Plan or the UN Sustainability Goals, which most of you maybe already know. Specifically, the UN's sustainability goals are very successful because they are broadly used and the pictograms are really recognizable. The next step is to really structure those challenges, to monitor the progress and also define goals. And here some examples are the Global Reporting Initiative or the Carbon Disclosure Projects. But there are many more to really make it easier to progress in this endeavor to be more sustainable in the future. Because in the center, what we all want to achieve is a net zero target and a circular economy. The chemical industry really is crucial in this green transformation because most products are either directly or indirectly based on chemical products. Today specifically, we will talk about engineering plastics. Many of the applications from our customers are in the field for 20, 30 years or longer. So they are durable, they are safe, they are strong, lightweight, and cost efficient. And this is sustainability as well. But this is also part of the story. They are based on fossil resources, and because of that, and also because the processes emit emissions, they come with a backpack of carbon emissions. This is something we want to improve and what we want to show you today. Luckily, the chemical industry has many tools, and we want to invite you to have a look. Our sustainability toolbox consists of mechanical recycling, green energy manufacturing, and mass balance. And now we want to go through them one by one and show you the advantages you can benefit from. Mechanical recycling is well known. This is the use of post-industrial or post-consumer waste as a feedstock. Typically in our line of business, this is mixed with our virgin material to still enable our customers to fulfill their specifications. And depending on your requirements, this tool let you benefit from a recycled content, a reduced product carbon footprint, and of course you also save fossil resources because virgin material is partially substituted. The next tool is green energy manufacturing. This is the use of green energy carriers along the whole BASF production network. So not only the compounding step, but all steps prior to that as well, like polymerization or monomer production. And for us as a chemical industry, green energy is much more than just electricity. This is also heat and steam. As mentioned before, there will be a video on this topic as well. This tool is very nice if you want to benefit from a reduced product carbon footprint, but you also want to have a drop-in solution. Because since these green energy carriers are allocated to your product via mass balance, you physically get the same product with the same performance. So many of our customers like that very much when they have high specifications or approval processes. Last but not least, I would like to show you mass balance. This is a use of alternative feedstocks at the very beginning of the BASF production network. So we substitute oil and gas by, for example, biogas or bio-naphtha or pyrolysis oil. And here the advantage is that you benefit from the reduced product carbon footprint and attributed recycled content. You save fossil resources, and here again, it's a drop-in solution. Mass balance is broadly used in the market already. Other examples are, for example, green electricity, coffee, or tea. So the concept is known for many years. As I mentioned, green electricity and green energy carriers are really important for us. We are an energy-intensive industry, and hence we prepared a little video for you to show that concept a little bit more in detail.
Now, as you know our tools, let's put them next to each other. Most important is, of course, your need. If you want to put a nail into the wall, we can give you a screwdriver or pincers, but the most efficient one is definitely the hammer. So it depends on if you need segregated recycled content, emission reduction, or high attributed recycled content. For mechanical recycling, we look for post-consumer and post-industrial waste sources with very high quality to also guarantee a very high quality for end products which are very close to the virgin quality. For the two tools on the right, green energy manufacturing and mass balance, these are drop-in solutions, so you get identical product quality and performance as the product itself is chemically and physically identical to the standard product. For green energy manufacturing, we use green energy carriers. So same for you at home. If you run your TV on gray energy one day and on the other day with green electricity, nothing will change. For the mass balance approach, we use alternative raw materials, for example, biomethane or pyrolysis oil, and attribute these to the certain products on the one hand, and on the other hand, these raw materials are identical or almost identical with their fossil counterparts, so natural gas and naphtha. These products and tools are available in Europe for our three big product lines, so our PBT compounds and the Ultradur product line, PA66 compounds Ultramid A and PA6 compounds Ultramid B. For global availability, please come back to us to discuss this on tool and product level. For example, if you want to have a mechanical recycled grade, we need to make sure that in each region there is a certain recycled raw material available. In regards to certification, there are two options: concept certification and product certification. For the mass balance products, we do a product certification, so every single product is certified according to two big certification schemes. One would be Red Cert 2, and for some products also ISCC Plus is available. The concept certification for green energy manufacturing is that we certify the concept, so the allocation model for the certain products, and with that use this concept to produce the multiple products under this umbrella to, for example, prohibit double counting. Same holds true for mechanical recycling. Here we would certify the incoming raw material, that it's coming from a recycled feedstock, and produce a certain array of products. Now we will have a closer look on the next two slides on the product carbon footprint. You see here the four options we have, and the base PCF is the product carbon footprint of the standard product. We now use, for example, for mechanical recycling, up to 50% segregated recycled content, or for chem cycling, 100% attributed recycled content based on the polymer share in the compound. We achieve a PCF reduction. For mechanical recycling, this is between 25 and 30% depending on the product. It's a little less for green energy manufacturing. For our mass balance solutions, you have the biggest lever, but keep in mind that here already the biogenic uptake and the upstream system expansion is incorporated. So the biogenic uptake is the CO2 uptake of the plant during growth, and the upstream system expansion is the avoided incineration of waste streams. For example, for our chem cycling, we use end-of-life tires, which are normally burned, and now we use these tires in pyrolysis to have a feedstock for our Verbund sites, and therefore we have avoided the incineration of the tires. To make it a little bit more specific, we now look at a PA6 GF13, an ultra-mid B3 EG6 uncolored with an PCF of 3.4 kg CO2 equivalents per kg of product. This is already a quite low value also compared to databases, and the reasoning behind is our Verbund structure, so our chemical production network. This is very energy and material efficient, meaning an off energy of one plant is used as energy input in another plant, as well as a side stream of one plant is a raw material for another plant. And this, of course, producing less waste and less energy loss. And with that, we have a low product carbon footprint. If we now substitute 30% of the PA6 by a mechanical recycled PA6, we can reduce the product carbon footprint by 1. For green energy manufacturing, you can reduce it by 0.6. And as said, the biggest lever you have with our mass balance solution for biomass balance, you can reduce the PCF by 1.6, or for chem cycling by 1.5 respectively. Keep in mind here already the biogenic uptake and the upstream system expansion is included, as said before. So this is our toolbox for today. I don't know about yours, but my toolbox at home has more tools than 3. So we work on that, so stay tuned for new upcoming green energy carriers, for new best-in-class raw materials concept, and for additional recycled product offerings. To wrap it up, as said, we have very high performing and high quality materials which are already helping with the sustainable transformation in certain sectors, like for example the electrification. We can now add with our tool sustainable attributes, as you have seen, to get you the preferred solution for your sustainable transformation. And with that, join us on our plastics journey, and let's jump in the Q&A session.